technique in the advanced syllabus this week, we're going to look at some ways to attack our opponent's arm when they hide it while you are attacking a triangle. So this is a very common thing, particularly for very big, strong people. So we get our triangle set up, again, tons of different ways of doing it. We get ourselves to here. Again, if someone has big shoulders, is strong, again, I teach this a lot. This is a very good way. It's not an escape, but it is a way to frustrate the person who is attacking the triangle. So if she can clasp her hands, or she can just have one grabbing inside her thigh, both ways are valid. Okay, so this makes it very hard to lock the triangle. This is the reason someone's going to do it. I want to, again, get here, put my foot behind my knee. This makes her shoulders very, very broad, and that makes it very, very hard to get it to a dangerous position. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to, first of all, to attacking this arm with a couple of unpleasantness things, and then in the next technique, we're going to do a choke variation from there. Maybe two, we'll see. So basically, if I'm on this side, I want to get access to this arm. And if I'm head on right now, it's quite hard. My hips don't really move in a way that I want them to. So the first thing I'm going to do to make sure I get control over the shoulder and give myself the ability to move is I'm going to lock this triangle the other way around. Traditionally, a triangle should be locked this way. That is the way that gives the best choke, but it's difficult to do right now. So I'm going to lock it the other way around. So I'm going to put my hand to here. I'm going to grab for here. I'm going to lock my triangle backwards here. What this does is it pivots me towards this side, gives me a better access to her hand and this arm, whilst also allowing me to maintain control. It is sometimes possible if she's this may turn into an omoplata if I don't get this locked in properly. It may keep turning and become this instead. It's not ideal, but again, omoplata is not an escape. It's just a transition from the position. So the arm is in, but someone who's being super stubborn and just leaves it here, we'll look at a couple of options. So I'm usually going to try and trap the head, grab the shin, lock it up, and we get ourselves in here. So now, what we're going to try and do here is we're going to try and take our left hand inside the gap here as best we can. So we want to go towards our side and go in there. She's still going to be holding on to something, whether it's her hand or the inside of her leg, but I'm not trying to just pull it out here. I want my hand to punch through this gap here. Okay, this is very, very hard to do when I'm head on, because again, it gets stuck here. It's a lot easier to do when I'm on the side. It's still not easy, but it is something that's definitely possible, particularly in no-gi where there's a bit more space to work with. So I want to bring my hand all the way through. I'm going to clasp my hands together, and I'm going to start to lift my left elbow to bring the arm out. Now, a couple of things can happen here depending on how we go. The basic route is I want to come around, I want to keep it here, I want to take it up to my head, pinch it here in between my shoulder and my jaw basically, and I want to take my arms over her elbow here. Okay, then if I push away a little bit with the hips, I push down, that will become a pressing arm bite. Finding the elbow is difficult, but it is definitely a valid option from here. So basically just push down on it and you work it in. You need to make sure that your chest is hollowed out so there's space for the arm to pull down. A very common mistake is to try and do it when it's here. If I push down here, it doesn't do very much because there does need to be tension. For that to happen, this needs to be higher than the elbow. So I need to keep pressure here, move my chest down, lock up. Usually when I go elbow to elbow, some guys will more directly grab it, that's fine too. And pressure it, push down, and that gets you an arm bar finish from there. Often the reaction to this is to try and straighten the arm. If it is, this is a very nice way to cross the arm over into a regular triangle position. Secondarily, so bring the arm back. So again, the entrance is the same. You will bring it up here. Sometimes though you will be here and you have the option to attack this arm a couple of different ways actually. Basically with a normal Kimura here. So again, rather than bring it up to your head, you're going to keep it behind. If you are relatively limber or mobile, you can come around, catch, and work up there. That is very, very strong indeed. That generally will go from there. So if you come over here, hook, again, stay tight on it, again, push up, here it is. Very, very hard to stop, and it can be turned, it's a very, very strong shoulder lock. She can't really roll out easily because we have so much control over the shoulders and things there. Again, equally, same thing, if I'm working into this and then she straightens the arm to come out, again, we bring it upwards. Usually we go a little bit higher to give it some space so she can't stick it back where it was. Pass it over. Basically, and so we are forcing her to react to this attack. If she does, then we will turn it into the normal finish. If she doesn't, then we will try and do horrible things to this arm. So, one more time. We have a normal feet cross. We'd like to lock our triangle up, but we can't. Cross over, lock, here and here. Again, if you need, you can pull the elbow a little bit here to get some more space. My aim is to get my hand through this gap. And if I can turn a little bit, that's also fine. Again, it can be the elbow. If it's not possible, we can go lower down towards the hand. Usually we clasp and then we pull the elbow into our chest and we rotate up. Here, that will often pull it away, and you may need to turn it into more of like a rowing deadlifting motion if it's really stuck underneath the legs, but it will usually get you somewhere. Again, catch, one down to here, well, lock it up, go there. You can also sometimes catch the wrist if it comes available. Again, push down on it, or again, if it catches here, keep it caught in between the neck and the shoulder, hands go over, pressure down, and again, if that doesn't go, bring it across, lift the hips, pass it, and you still have your regular triangle finish. That is a selection of attacks from when your opponent hides their arm in a triangle.